So as I was saying, Nathaniel he was definitely a test. I've been noticing on solo funds that um, borrowers will try to artificially increase their transactions and their score to receive larger loans and then default. So this one guy, he requested and paid back 8 loans in one day. And so I had funded one loan from him and he never paid me back. So I don't know if that was a successful, test or not, but and again here, this girl Christina, I lent to her one, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then she defaulted. So these people on here, they don't. I mean, they don't pay back all the time. They don't. I mean, if you're using solo funds and you're thinking that you're going to be making thousands of dollars on it, it's not going to happen. Like, coming from someone who's lent out close to 90,000, and I've made back 8, but then I have 8,000, but I have $4,000 in collections. I might as well just got a part-time job and just worked and made $4,000 versus me losing $8,000 in collections. Like, literally at this point, I'm just funding loans, making a profit for people to default on loans, and I'm basically paying for their loans at this point. That's just how I feel. So I just wanted to point out too some things about the app. So here, if you go to global, you will be able to see loans that have been paid back. And it will show you the amount paid back and also the name of the lender and the name of the borrower and how long ago that they paid their loan back. So sometimes I use this as like, oh, someone I lent to who's a good borrower just repaid a loan. Let me see if they're about to request another loan. So here, Cody, he repaid me. Erica repaid me. This girl right here, I guess it's Kia. I've lent to her multiple times before, and I've never had any issues with her. Mo, he just repaid me. So, yes. If you see here, where these blue, it says, paid, repaid. The blue means it was paid on time. If you have someone and it's other than blue, for example, here, Brandon S. Back on October 5th, he repaid a loan, but it had it must have went into collections because that's why it's red. And then yellow just means it was rolled over and paid late. And then blue means it was repaid on time. So if you have someone that has something that's been repaid late recently, I would definitely say do not lend to that person because, they just repaid something late. They're probably not going to pay you back. This girl, Jessica, I've lent to her before. Let's see how many times I lent to her. I went to her 1, 2, 3 times. This is the 4th time and she defaulted. Most of the time when I lend to these borrowers, I try to lend to borrowers that have high transactions, but not only high transactions, but they have to be established. Christina, when I lent to her, she had just started, so this wouldn't be a really good example, but let's see here. Here, Krista, I've lent to her, I want to say 15 times. She always pays back. I never had an issue with her. She's probably one of the best borrowers on this site. Like, let's see how many times I lent to her. I've lent to her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I lent to her 17 times. And every time she's always paid me back. Never had an issue with her. And you're probably thinking like, oh, well, do people actually pay back when they go to collections? Yeah, some people do pay back. I mean, I've had 8 loans go into collections and then I've been paid back. So, for example, let's find one here. Natalie, here. Natalie borrowed money. She rolled it over. It went to collections and then she paid back a day later. So when it goes into collections, it's 5% of the loan. So it's 5% when it gets rolled over, then another 5% when it gets it goes into collections or pending collections or collections. One thing I kind of wish the app did was give you the option of whether or not you want to put a pending collection fee, because I kind of feel like you making someone pay back more money and they clearly can't pay back what they took from you is not really going to motivate the person to pay you back. So that's just my personal opinion. Let's see here. Let's see. Look for another loan that went into collections. Missy here. This girl Missy, she went into collections. She borrowed $420. The tip was $40. She rolled it over. She didn't pay it on time. Then she ended up paying me on January 14th. So I was paid back a total of $502. So I mean, people do pay back in collections. And as you can see, this girl, she had no late payments, no rollover. She didn't roll over. She just happened to go into payback era